What's up, guys? My name is Adriel Rivera, and I make music in my shed. Joining me today is somebody else who also makes music in my shed. Criminal defense attorney, T and James Pres washing machine. He's also a rapper.
He didn't do it, bro. I'm saying my guy, he's innocent. Okay, believe me.
Who?
My client.
Him?
Yeah.
The guy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know?
Because he said that he didn't do it.
Because he said so.
Do you have evidence
Bro,
that says that he
trust me.
did?
Bro, trust me. That's your evidence.
Yeah.
Bro, trust me.
Do you trust me or what?
You know what? For now, yeah, I think I would.
Got him.
So, today we're going to be going over the lyrics of my song that recently has been getting popularity, To Her. What do you think about this song, bro?
Boy, am I glad that you asked me that question. Because you will get on this podcast and be like, I love this one. I love this one. I love this one. But this one I love.
Yeah.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite songs from you. So thank you.
Dude has definitely like been wanting me to make like an extended version ever since like he heard the song for the first time. And I've not done that.
Yeah, you haven't done that.
But who knows? The future is full of possibilities. Maybe one day we'll be back on the podcast talking about the extended version of To Her. Who knows? An alternate universe, maybe.
True.
But just to refresh you guys' memory, let's play To Her before we dive into the lyrics and cover art.
Silence is so hard to find. Fight with the what ifs and unknowns that swallow my mind at night. Still learning how to flirt with the girls once again. While you're probably under the sheets with your brand new boyfriend again. I don't miss you, I just miss how I used to feel. Before I learned what was love and how yours wasn't real. I don't miss you, I just miss who I thought that you were. But maybe she's out there one day, I'll matter to her. To her. To her.
Sheesh. I paused it too soon. Sorry, guys.
You did pause too soon.
I did not mean to pause it too soon. But that's To Her.
How do you feel about this song?
I love the song. I mean, this song, yeah, right. I love the song, right? I mean, it definitely is like a song that I did not expect to receive so much love. It initially it didn't, but like, you know, but yeah, I mean, like, it's like cool because it's like, I like the song a lot. I think it's very genuine and emotional song.
Yeah.
And for it to, after 2 years, receive the like, you know, kind of push that it's received in streaming, it's so satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, like not that like I would say like I knew it, but it's like I knew this was a good song, so I'm glad that it's finally being shown to more people.
Yeah.
Because again, this is the second song on the EP, which was meant to be more of an interlude, which is why it's not like so long or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I wasn't expecting the song to do numbers at all because it was like this is a short song, and I wanted to stay short. I wanted to feel incomplete. It's going to be the second song off this EP, and I was like, I just accepted the fact that it was not going to do numbers because it's an interlude on an EP. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why you thought it wasn't going to do numbers, was just because it was like just because it was shorter.
It is shorter and is not its own single. So
Right.
Yeah. So like I wasn't expecting any numbers, and now it's the most streamed song on the EP, which is like the how did the deep cut become like the pushing song of the EP? But who knows? That's just life is funny, bro.
Nah, that's insane. That's insane. And speaking of that, I mean, like, dude, give us the Spotify sauce. Like, how did you like how did that happen? Explain the story behind how To Her started gaining traction.
So, well, To Her, like, discovery mode on Spotify did something for it. Like, so for those of you that don't know, like, discovery mode is a campaign that you can run for your songs on Spotify, an advertising quote unquote campaign, but you're not putting any money in. You're just like cutting your royalties, and Spotify takes a portion of the royalties through the push that it does to discovery mode. However, like they only take 30% of your royalties that are generated through radio, autoplay, I think it is, and daily mixes. Anything else like Discover Weekly, Release Radar, things like that, they don't take any cuts of. And if people put it on their own playlist, listen to it there, like they don't take anything from that. So it's really just the discovery part of it is what they take a portion of, and anything after that will push it further is just it's yours. So discovery mode, honestly, like for artists, is really dope, and I highly recommend it because you don't have to put any budget up front.
Right.
Obviously you take a cut, like they take a cut, but like in regards of how much you could get exposed and how much more you could possibly make, it's like with this song specifically,
yeah,
it was pretty worth it.
Pretty worth it.
Yeah. Like it was before I started discovery mode, song was close to like 5,000 streams, and like within the last, I think at this point it's probably been discovery mode really started picking up in September, so that's like how many months from now? It's like
7.
About yeah. So yeah, like it's in the last 7 months or so. It's gone from 5,000 to over 200 and something thousand streams. So awesome. Like I mean, like I'll take it for sure. And the amount of playlists that's on has grown a lot, as in like a lot of people are saving it. Like it's not just the fact that people are listening to it through radio, like an autoplay and stuff like that, but they listen to it, they like it, they save it, and now it's like on like so many more playlists. Like more people are actually listening to the song, like intentionally, you know, which is so nice. Because it's like yeah, I believe that this was a good song. My dad really liked the song. You really liked the song.
Yeah.
So it's like it's nice to see it get some love, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Hey man, it deserves it.
Thank you. Yeah. And another thing about discovery mode too is that like not every campaign does this well. You know, like I have a lot of songs in discovery mode, and this is just this is the best one that I've had. Best campaign for discovery mode I've had.
Yeah.
One like you. I Say You, that was the first episode that we ever done on this podcast. That song actually gained a little bit of traction on Discovery Mode too. So Discovery Mode has been helping a good amount. But that's 2 songs out of the like tens of songs that I have in my catalog. So
right.
But I would recommend it.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to dive into the lyrics?
Let's dive into the lyrics, bro.
Dude, let's dive. Man, love this song.
He's ready. He's been thinking of these questions before we even started the podcast.
Oh, absolutely. I knew what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
All right. So, fight with the what ifs and unknowns that swallow my mind.
Yeah.
What are those types of thoughts like? Like, give us some examples of the things. Like, are we talking pretty much like relationship growth, or are we talking everything else about your life, or are we talking like where you could have been?
In this instance of this song, I think it was more about like I think it just felt like the right kind of lyric to write. So in terms of like how it pertains to me, I think it was just a more general like how people decide to interpret it. The way that I feel like you can interpret it is like the what ifs of like, will I find somebody? You know, when will that be? And a lot of the things that you might think of at night. Yeah. Existential crises sometimes, low key, sometimes that be happening at night when you're just sitting alone with your thoughts. You start thinking about your place in the universe. things like that. You know, I
Yeah.
think there's all sorts of things like, you know, that you think about. And so, yeah, I mean,
Because when I hear that, like I think about like being in a relationship, and let's say that this is like a fresh breakup or something. Right?
yeah,
I like I know that I tend to like do the whole projection thing where like you're thinking like, dang, where would we be in 5 years? Or hey, if this didn't happen, this is what our life would look like.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it was something like that or if it was more general.
yeah. To me, it was a more general lyric, but like, again, people can interpret it in however way they want. That's what you write music for.
That exactly. Thank you for providing that for me, because that's what I was thinking about, and I was like, dang, that hits for me. So and then next thing I got, still learning how to flirt with the girls once again.
Choo.
Man, how did that go for you? Were you like Rizless? Like how did that work? Or is it like riding a bike where like you just hop back on and you got it, or like did it really take some practice?
I mean,
to get back?
I mean, you know, like when we like there was I was like how I don't know before, like I would say especially last year or maybe 2 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but there I was definitely joking about how much Riz I had with you and like Connor and all the, like, you know, all my friends and family. Like I'd just be joking about the Riz that I had.
Yeah.
And do I actually believe that I have like hella godly levels of Riz? No, like I'm not. I don't think like I'm the Riz Lord over here, you know. But like I do like to think that I have confidence in myself, and I think it shows.
Yeah.
You know. And I think if you believe in yourself enough, then everybody else will start to believe you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I see what you're saying. Flirting with girls feels different, but I know what you're saying.
not like, I mean, but like not in the like you lie about how many girls you flirt with, but just like in the Riz. Like if you think to yourself like, you know what, maybe I got Riz.
Then maybe you got Riz,
maybe
bro.
you got Riz, bro. Maybe you got Riz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, so learning how to flirt with the girls again. I mean, it's like stepping out of a relationship after being in one so long. You know, it's like learning how to be single again is a weird process, you know, like just like spending time by yourself, and like the fact that you have options now, you know, like to like in terms of dating, it's exciting because like now you get to get back into dating and things like that, but it's at the same time it's a learning curve because it's like, especially depending on how long you've been in a relationship for,
Yeah.
it's like dang, like this feels weird, you know, to like to like, you know, kind of get out there again, like how do I even go about this, like, you know, like talk to a girl and things like that,
Yeah.
you know. And so yeah, it is a learning process to get back into it. But you know, your boy got Riz. No, I'm kidding.
He completed the mission, man.
I'm kidding, I'm messing around.
Yes, sir. Well, you want to go to the next thing?
Let's go on to the next thing.
All right, let's go. So, oh man, I don't miss you. I just miss who I thought that you were. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you're writing stuff like that, or I guess not when
Yeah.
you're writing stuff like that, but when you wrote that,
Yeah.
is that something that like stemmed from an event, or is that something that was immediate after this event, or is that something that you developed over time?
I think it's something that develops over time. When you have time to be by yourself and reflect on a past relationship, and you can see it objectively rather than being in it. Logic has a great lyric. You know, he says you can't see the picture when inside the frame.
Yep.
When you're in the situation, you're like experiencing it, so it's hard to look at it objectively. But once you're finally out, you can really ask yourself, was that good for me? You know, and then so being able to say, like, to step away, be like, I just miss who I thought that you were, is like saying, like, you know, like it a lot of times, like, you know, sorry, I'm getting distracted because there's like the siren in the background.
Yeah, it's distracting me, man.
Yeah. There's, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there's like there's something going on out there. But yeah, I mean, I think I made the point. Like, you know, like being in the relationship, you know, it's hard to view the person that you love as somebody that could possibly hurt you, you know. But there's always signs, like the people will show themselves, and it's just about if you're willing to accept that that's who they are.
Right.
And when you're in the relationship, it's harder to, because you love this person and you would assume that they would love you and treat you well back, you know, like
Yeah.
it'd be a two-way street. And so when you're out of it and you get to look back and you know, objectively, outside of the situation, you can realize that they weren't who you thought that they were. You know, they were always the way that they were, but you just accepted it for what it was. And, you know, that's that lyric.
Yeah. I really like this song, bro. I really like this song, bro. Because that line, I mean, I think that line just resonates with everyone. Because, I mean, it's a breakup thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I just like that concept of it being who you thought that they were. You know what I'm saying? So the next line I got for you, maybe she's out there one day. I'm mad at her.
Yeah.
Great title for the track. Great title for the track.
Yeah.
To her.
Yeah. Because it's like a double meaning.
It's like a double meaning.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. Speaking of to her, like, is her out there? Like how's that?
Yeah. I mean, like, well, now, you know, being out of the dating scene because, you know, your boy's taken out here. Yeah. Once you actually like understand what it is that you want and need, and we've talked about this multiple times in the podcast, I believe everything happens for a reason. You know, being able to learn from all the experiences that I've learned from and like really kind of hone in on like, okay, what is it that I actually want? Like, what is it that I actually like? And like, what is it that I need when it comes to a relationship? You know, I had to go through what I went through to be able to find what I found now, you know, and, you know, turns out when you really know what it is that once you, how do I put this? Once you put yourself first, then I feel like you can really get what it is that is for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And so, you know, to answer your question, yes. Yeah. Maybe she was out there. And one day I did matter to her.
Boom! Look at that. That was so good.
Thank you.
Oh, giggles. Wow. Nah, we're pretty cringy, bro. Hey, but that was funny though.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for the lyrics.
I do want to break down one thing because there is one lyric that I feel like, I don't want to say misinterpreted, but like there is a lyric that I feel like can be overlooked. And I've explained this to my dad because he said he loved this lyric, and I was like, well, I didn't mean it that way. And so there's a lyric. The lyric is like, I just miss how I used to feel before I learned what was love and how yours wasn't real, right? Or I don't miss you. I just miss how I used to feel, right? And my dad would interpret it as like, I miss the way that this person made me feel, right? But the way that I meant it is that like I miss how I used to feel before I learned what was love, right? So in the fact that like I miss the innocence of not feeling hurt and like, you know, going through what I've gone through. Like I miss I miss being ignorant to the fact that this could have happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and even being in a relationship to begin with, I miss the ignorance of all this, like, you know, of like just not having to have gone through it at all.
Yeah.
And so that's what I meant by that lyric. And I mean, like, it's not that it's a bad thing that people can interpret it in the way of like, I miss how this person made me feel. Cause like, yeah, that is a real thing, you know, like people will miss, like you're going to miss people. Like that's how life is.
Yeah.
You know, but to me, what was really important is like, I just miss how I used to feel like when I was like, when I had more of myself before this, you know, when like I knew who I was more of back then as opposed to now. Like, that's what I meant by it.
Yeah, I interpreted it the way that your dad did.
Yeah.
So that's cool for me.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we talked about the Spotify and how it's doing well and everything. I'm really wondering, like, are we getting the extended version though?
And this is funny because this is a genuine question. He's not saying this for the podcast. Like he's legitimately like asking this question.
First question I wrote down when he said we're doing to her. Like,
yeah.
when is the extended version?
I have no plans for an extended version, and like genuinely, like, I thought about when I was writing the song to make it longer, but like the incompleteness of it and like the shortness of it is what I wanted. Like I didn't want it to be a fully fleshed out song. Not that it's not a fully fleshed out song, but I didn't want it to feel like a, you know, fully complete song. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason why it has so many streams, because people just keep replaying it because it's so short. This is the marketing tactic. This is the marketing tactic. But I mean, I've thought about doing an extended version, but then at the same time too, it comes back to the whole. Then I have to write lyrics for another verse, and if I write lyrics for another verse, is it gonna come from the same place that it did when I wrote this? It's like probably not, because in the moment I was feeling that, like this is like I wrote this because of what I was feeling.
Yeah.
Things like that, and it's like, and also too, just like the delivery of it as well, like how I sing it, and like just the environment too. Like, I mean, one thing that people might not think about is that when you record vocals, like, or when you record, like, it's going to be different day to day when you record, because depending on how far away you are from the microphone, what the gain was that day that you recorded it, what microphone you used, like just where you're recording, the room you're recording in, you're going to have a different sounding recording, which is why I always try to record everything in one day without having to do re-recording. And I will record sometimes, but like I keep note of like what my settings were and where I'm at, because like it's very important to get to like to know that stuff, to be able to get a clean sound throughout all your recording if you're going to do multiple days of takes. And so that's why like a lot of people like going to studios, because studios are pretty, same environment most of the time.
Yeah.
And so like when it comes to re-recording this, like I don't like being able to match the environment as well. It's like I feel like it would be a struggle to get it to, like, I think I if I took enough time, I would be able to get it there, but it'd be like, it wouldn't be like as seamless as I might want it to be.
Yeah.
And it also just wouldn't be as authentic as this is, like this is authentic. Adding onto it wouldn't be as authentic as what it is now.
Yeah. I mean, so that makes sense. Yeah, that tracks. And out of curiosity, what made you want to go the more stripped back route with the production and everything on this song?
I mean, like, it's just, excuse me, I had to take a little burp break there.
Happens, bro.
But so this song, I think it's just, well, it was just like the vibe that like came out. Like I started this, actually, I don't have any demo to show you today, because this was all made like in a day. Like it's from conception to full recording. It was basically all made in one day, right? So I was in here in the studio with my acoustic guitar, just like playing like chords and stuff like that. And it was, when I started off, it was acoustic, and like it was somber. It was sad, and so I just felt like that, like there wasn't any need to flesh it out with drums and things like that.
Yeah.
Now I did add more elements, like like the piano, to like add more sadness to it, and then like I did add some like sub bass in there as well to kind of build. But I kept it more stripped back because it conveys the feeling better.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Agreed. Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a conscious decision that you made like while making it, or if it was something like as you were making it thinking like, okay, here's the demo, and then you're like, wait a second, this is the song.
Yeah, no, it is definitely, this was intended to be like, stripped back.
Yeah.
I know I don't have a lot of acoustic stripped back songs, but this is one of I think 3 probably.
Well, let me speak on behalf of the people. Feel free to make more if you'd like, because we will stream.
For sure, yeah. I have been dabbling in more of that. Raising the Bar was pretty stripped back, There were drums towards the end, but like I think it it built to a reasonable. That's not the word I want to use, but like it was done well,
Yeah.
Like
hey, that's one of my favorites, bro. It's another one of my favorites.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you like the stripped back stuff. You like the stripped back stuff. But yeah, so yeah. Definitely will do more. Obviously, I have any plans right now? Like not specifically, but like there will be more. Like I wouldn't not do more.
Sweet.
I would like to do like a more folky kind of thing too, like Hosier. Noah, what is this guy's name? Noah Khan. I don't know how to say his last name. I'll be honest. I think it's Noah Khan. But though that folky kind of sound,
yeah,
I would be down to do something like that too. Why not?
Hey, try it out, bro.
I'll try it out. We'll see what happens. But
that's what being alone in the studio is about, bro.
For
trying
real.
Different things out, experimenting.
That is very facts. Bro is very facts right now.
I be faxing.
So in terms of the lyrics, is that all you got for me?
That's what I got for you, bro.
So then let's move on to the cover art,
Cover art
because
time.
To Her does not have a specific cover art, but I have never talked about the cover art on the podcast for the EP that it's on, which is Are We There Yet? And the EP, so To Her is on this EP, and it was never released as an individual single. Excuse me. It was never released as a single. It was always part of the EP, and that was the plan from the beginning, to have it part of the EP. And so we had done already When I Met You Dear, but we did the visualizer for When I Met You Dear. So since we have the opportunity to do the EP cover art, we're gonna do the EP cover art.
Let's do it.
This is the cover art for Are We There Yet? Which is just 4 pictures or 4 drawings of me, posed up, risen it out.
Wow, look at him.
Yeah, no, that's with various expressions. Not too many different expressions, but yeah, this is the cover art, and a lot of people really like this cover art. I mean, myself included, but let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
But first of all, before we do, what do you think of the cover art compared to other cover arts? Like, where does this rank in your cover art, Adriel Rivera cover art list?
Oh, I mean, it ranks toward the top.
Yeah.
It ranks towards the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like this one.
Thank you. Yeah, I took time on this too, dude. I spent like 3 days, like 3 to 4 days just on the cover art.
I mean, you got to draw 3 people. Or, I'm sorry, I swear I can count. Okay, I promise. I'm so sorry. I meant 4.
Yeah, there is four of me up there for sure. Yeah. So this is the Photoshop file for the cover art. So let's get into the inspirations. Well, not the inspirations, but like kind of how I structured it, right? So there's a picture of the. I have 3 identical twins. We're quartets, right? So I'm not just me. There's Adriel, then there's Pedriel, and then there's Zadriel, and there's Daydriel. So we all got together real quick just to pose up for photo.
Y'all kind of snapped, man.
Thanks. Yeah.
Y'all ate this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and so we're all standing there for sure, and then but for whatever reason, like his shoulder got cut off. So
Bro, what happened to Pedro?
yeah, something happened with the compiling. The Photoshop compiling. I screwed up right here. This part I didn't realize that, but yeah. So one morning I just kind of got up. Well, I mean, I knew I wanted to do like some sort of posed up picture of like multiple, because going back to my song a month, releasing a song every month, I have a cover art every month that is always different. And with this EP being another one of those projects where I take a few of the songs from the previous months and put it into a project, I knew I wanted to incorporate those songs cover arts into the cover of this EP. And so I knew that I wanted to get multiple versions of me in the same cover art together, and I was just figuring out how I was gonna do that. So I got a chair, sat in the chair, took a picture, sat next to the chair, took a picture, stood next to the chair, and and posed up, and compiled it all together. And so this was for the reference, right? I want to take pictures of myself because obviously if I'm drawing myself, my best reference is myself, because
makes sense.
it's me.
Yeah.
And so I posed up together with myself, and then let me really quick do some reorganizing here so that we can keep things together. But let me see. Yeah, and so then I sketched it out over here, right? So just kind of did a rough basic shapes of what my bodies are, along with the chair and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get that rough shape, you kind of as always with all my other cover arts, I start sketching out the details on it, right? And so let me see really quick if I have anything besides just this. So let's see. Strip this back a bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, we got first of all, when you have the sketch, I don't know where this. Oh, okay, here we go. Cool. Found it. So, we had the other blocking that I did, or like I showed you, I sketched out the basic shapes of, my body. But after that, once I did that, I sketched out the details of it. So my faces with the the different clothes I was gonna wear, and how I chose these clothes again was like the cover arts from the previous songs that were going to be on the CP. I'm wearing the same outfit for the cover art of Promise of Parachute right here. This is the cover art outfit of Todo es Diferente. This is the cover art of Losing My Mind, and this is the cover art of Pawn. And I brought these drawings into just to make sure, like, I matched them up and got all the colors right. I don't know where I put the Losing My Mind cover art, but it's
there somewhere.
It was somewhere in here, yeah. So you can see, like, that's how I looked with all these other cover arts. And so I redrew myself in the exact same outfits because I wanted to make it coherent, like get all those covers. Since all the songs are going to be in the project, put the cover arts in there with it.
Yep.
And so, posed up like that, had the sketch it all out. And then after that, we do the line work. Let me see where we got this line work. Yeah. So here's the final line work, right? And so once you get the line work, you start doing the color blocking. And then once you do the color blocking, you do the minor details, the colored details, right? So you can see like all the dots that I put on the shirt, the little graphic design, which, by the way, I have these clothes. I don't know if I've ever worn any of these clothes on the podcast so far, but I literally wore the shirt the other day. I do have a jumper suit because my dad, he's an electrician, so he helped me get like the vest and stuff like that. He's not an electrician. Sorry, I don't mean to offend him. He gets offended sometimes when you call him electrician. He's an electrical technician, so he has some jumper suits. He's got he had like a vest, a harness, type of thing going on, and he had a helmet. So we made myself look like a parachute guy. So yeah, I do have that outfit. I did wear it for a music video. I do have this Pawn outfit too, like that shirt, those pants, those shoes, and then same thing with like the Losing My Mind video we did. Like I wore this grow your mind shirt or something like that. Yeah, and I have that hat too. Yeah. So boom, that's the details, right? You start putting it in, then you start doing the shading. So we have these two layers of shading just to, darken it up and get the lighting right. After that, I had extra layers of shading. So these are like getting into like the finer details. It's the ambient occlusion of the drawing, making sure that the cracks where light barely gets into are darker than the other parts. And after that, we got some backlighting so that we have, what do you call it? 3-point lighting. Well, this is technically 2-point lighting because there's two light sources. You have the rim light and then you have the key light. So 2-point lighting. After that, just a little bit of extra details, I guess, that I, had to go in and finish up. A little bit of highlight on the hair over there and over up there. And then after that, we put in the catch light and then a little glow on these highlights so that they bloom a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
And boom, that's the cover art.
There it is.
And I mean, you can probably tell why this took 2 to 3 days of drawing, because I really went in there and took a lot of time on this cover art trying to make it look good, because this was for a project,
Yeah.
It's going to be an EP. So I wanted it to be as good as possible. So I spent more time on it, and so for other cover arts, I'll definitely put, time and effort into making those cover arts. But then again, they're singles. It's the cover art. Nobody's really that's not people aren't paying attention as much to the cover. They'll see it once, they'll be like, cool, and then they move on. So it's it's not worth it to put so much time into the cover art.
Yeah.
I will still put a lot of time and effort because it's my cover art. It's my brand. I want it to look good.
Yeah.
But if when it comes to this though specifically, it's this is a project. People are going to be listening to this project and going back to it multiple times, because that's just what people do with projects. If I make merchandise and things like that, I want the merchandise to look good related to it, and things like that. And so it's putting in the effort for a project just made sense. It just makes sense for the cover arts.
Yeah. Speaking of merchandise, is there any merchandise related to this?
Sure. Yeah. So I have an Are We There Yet crew neck that's available on my merch store, and so far that's all that's available to the public. but there's some other cooler, private offers that I do offer to my mailing list. If you guys want to join, which by the way, this mailing list is my early access list. So how I mentioned before, I release a song every month on the 25th. If you guys want to get those songs early before anybody else gets those songs, feel free to join the mailing list down below and you'll get early access before anybody else hears those songs, as well as, like I said, sometimes exclusive merch, exclusive offers, exclusive things that are going to be happening. And so I'm really excited for my mailing list. I mean, I talk about you all the time about how much I love, like, email lists and stuff like that. And so I always, constantly, at least once a month, send out early access, but I do plan on doing so much more with it as well as we continue throughout the year. And so I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the people that are part of it. And so if you want to be part of that journey, feel free to join down below.
Yep. Literally before we got on this podcast, we were talking about the mailing list for like an hour. So like he really does love y'all and appreciate you joining the mailing list and wants to interact with you guys. So
I really do. I reply to your emails. It's like, I mean, like I have automated sequences that like cover a lot of the, the introduction of like the mailing list, but a lot of times I'm sending things out myself. And then if you reply to any email that I send, even if it's like an automated one, like it goes to my inbox. So I reply to you. Like I literally will like personally reply to you guys. So feel free to join in. But enough of the mailing list because we rambled on about that for a little bit. What time is it, dude?
This says quote of the week.
Quote of the week. All right, what you got for a quote, bro?
Oh snap! It's time. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. My quote this week is, it comes from La Russell. He's a rapper. It's from a song called "It's Tradition," and the quote is, "Young, black, and rich, it's tradition. Dropped out, but I could pay your tuition." And specifically, like the energy when he said that line on the song, like it hit so hard, and it was right before the chorus dropped.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I have respect for La Russell, even though, like, I'll be honest with you, I've never listened to a single La Russell song, like, which I probably should. Like I don't have anything, like I'm not opposed to it. I just never, was going into it. But I respect him as an artist because he's an independent artist, and from what I've heard from other people that like talk about building your music brand and business and stuff, a lot of people mention La Russell and what he's doing as an independent artist and how he's really killing it. Like really making a business out of what he does, which is like that's the goal with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And so maybe I should start listening to more of him because then maybe I'll pick up a thing or two from him.
Yeah. Try it out. Or like definitely, I've been watching more of his interviews recently. Like like he gives it all out for free. Like he gives all the keys to his success and he outlines specifically what he's doing, and it's great. Like that's why I follow him, is because of that.
Yeah.
And like me liking his music, like that's just a plus.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Plus.
Yeah, I get you.
But as an artist, I'm a huge fan of him.
Yeah. Thumbs up or low Russell. It seems like if you have a Russ in your name, you're gonna be a successful independent artist.
It's just I guess they're just winners.
Yeah, you should switch your name from Pres to Prus.
Wow. I've been looking for a name change for a long time. Maybe we found it.
Yeah.
Maybe we found it.
Yeah, Prus Raps.
Prus.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll keep it in the list, man.
That's crazy. Let's see. So my quote is from One Direction.
Okay.
You're insecure.
Period, eh?
Period. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's my quote. That's One Direction really said that on the song.
They did.
Yeah.
Was that the opening line of the whole song?
Yeah. Yep.
Iconic though.
It is kind of. That's what is the song called? That's What Makes You Beautiful. I think, right? That's the One Direction song. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Shout out One Direction. Yeah, they're gone now, but like everybody's doing their own thing. Actually, there is a Niall Horan song that I really enjoyed, that like I really liked, and I heard it from working at Panera. They're just playing it at Panera, and I saved it and I started listening to it. And I'm like, this is a good song. What is it called? Heaven. And apparently that song's like the song's been out for a minute, so a lot of people know that song. I just had no idea it existed. So I like that song. So shout out Niall Horan. But I don't know anything about him, so I don't know if I should shout him out.
I feel like pretty cool.
Well, I feel like there has been some controversy around some of the One Directioners before, or not the Directioners, but like the One Direction members. I feel like I've heard of some things between like some of the people in there in One Direction, and like it wasn't good things. But this was years ago, and I don't remember who it was. So I'm gonna abstain from shouting out One Direction. But I did like one song from Niall. I will say that. And Harry's got some good songs too. So
Real.
he started going like the indie route as well. So indie's the place to be, I guess.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you hear like what is it like the I just forget I forgot what his new songs were, but like As It Was, there you go. That's like a more indie route, indie pop route for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. You're insecure.
Yep. Period. Wow.
If you guys like the podcast, please feel free to leave a good 5-star review on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. I love seeing the reviews on there. I mean, you can't write anything, but like the fact that there is new reviews when I see them from time to time, I'm like, it makes me happy, it makes my day. So if you want to make my day, feel free to give it a 5-star review on Spotify, and I will be happy.
Me too. I'll be happy too. I might be happier than him for real.
Sheesh. I mean, I don't know about that, but
I do.
If you give it a review, I guess we'll find out the answer. So, this has been Adriel. This has been Pres, and we make music in my shed.